Little bro, you've gone no contact. You're both sitting in silence. And I know you're wondering about her, but I want you to focus on you. In the next 30 days, you're not gonna be focused on her, you're gonna be focused on you. Leveling up, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. You're gonna become the man that she can't not miss. You're gonna become the man that she wishes she still had in her life. If you've seen any of my videos, then you know that most exes do come back, but here's where most guys fail. It's not that they break or screw up no contact, it's because that when they do come back, and they do come back, it's because you're still the same person that she left. It's because she's still the same woman that left you. And when y'all get back together, you get the exact same result all over again, and it drives people nuts. In order to break that vicious cycle, you've got to be able to become better. You've got to build yourself into a better man, a smarter man, a more emotionally connected and intelligent man. Even if the breakup wasn't your fault, you've still got to work on yourself. You've still got to build yourself into a better version that when she looks back on you and your relationship, and she will, give it enough time, she will, she doesn't see that same boy that she left. She doesn't see that same broke kid that she left behind. She sees the man hiding outside her bushes, daring her to go. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't hide in her bushes or anything like that. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for this one. Week number 1 is all about detoxing and discipline. Okay, so assuming you're already going true no contact, you're not peeking at her stories, you have just for this week let her go completely. Temporarily, but completely. First off is what everybody knows, you're in the gym, blah, blah, blah. But here's what you don't do. You don't cut the sugar. You don't cut the caffeine, you don't cut the alcohol, you don't cut the cigarettes or vapes or whatever the hell else you're doing. And the thing is, you need to detox from those things because you're trying to be more emotionally intelligent, yes, but you're also trying to be emotionally and mentally stronger and leaning on things, even if it's sugar, even if it's caffeine. Like forget drugs or forget hard drugs, even alcohol. Everybody knows that those things are bad, but look, you've got to learn to regulate your own emotions and not rely on those things as crutches for you to move forward in life. I know that's really counterintuitive to how society acts nowadays, but look, there's a hell of a difference between going out on the weekends, having a beer with your buddies and having a good time, and using that same beer to forget about your ex. One is a crutch, and one is just used to heighten an emotional high. I am telling you that you need to cut out that crutch completely. If you need to overeat, if you need that alcohol, you need all that junk food to feel better about yourself temporarily, I understand that for one, I truly do. But it's not going to help you get over her. It's going to make you feel even worse about yourself. And by the way, this same sort of thinking about you're going to indulge in something you shouldn't enjoy, and you're going to enjoy it temporarily, but then when it ends, you're going to feel even worse, is exactly how she feels if she jumps into bed with another guy. It's an odd sort of a duality, but that's the truth of the matter. Next, you want to make sure you're drinking much more water. You've got to replace not just the caffeine, not just the sugar high, but you've got to replace that with things with electrolytes, which is really important. So if you just drink straight water, you're gonna feel really low, okay? Your body is gonna hate you. You need more fruits, obviously vegetables, but you've also got to make sure that with that water, you're drinking more electrolytes. So things like Gatorade, things like juice, you've got to have, man. You cannot just skip those things. Your body will literally cramp up and it will cause you quite a bit of physical pain, trust me on that one. As far as being emotionally strong, this is all during week 1. It's all about detoxing, okay? You gotta limit your doom scrolling. I know it's fun. I know when you sit in bed at night right before school tomorrow or right before work the next day, doom scrolling becomes a way to relax, just like watching TV, just like playing a video game. The thing with doom scrolling is it gives you a much higher percentage chance of you doing something you shouldn't, sharing something you shouldn't, reaching out to your ex, viewing her profile, texting her, doing anything like this, okay? If you're doom scrolling versus watching TV, playing a video game, or just, talking to your friends, doing something like that, doom scrolling has a much higher chance of screwing you up, of making you fail than all those other things. Here's one that a lot of guys secretly struggle with, and that's actually hygiene right after the breakup. I understand. You don't feel like taking care of yourself at all, and that comes back to the junk food and all these other things. But make sure to take a shower every single day, guys. Even if you don't feel like it, make yourself get in that shower, even if it is literally just to stand there. Let the filth soak off of you, something. Take care of yourself. Part of you taking care of yourself mentally is taking care of yourself physically. Let me put it another way. You will not be able to take care of yourself mentally if you are not first taking care of yourself physically. So in other words, a mentally strong person takes a shower. You're not going to find somebody who is mentally strong that does not take care of their body. And I'm not even talking about working out. I'm talking about the person who overeats, who overindulges in things like alcohol or drugs or even hardcore drugs, even vaping. You will not find a mentally strong person who indulges in these activities and also takes care of their mind. There's a disconnect there that is very clear. So you've got to learn to not only be physically strong, which every guy seems to understand, but you've got to become emotionally stronger as well. Week number 2. Week number 2 is my favorite week of a breakup because it really separates the men from the boys. The boys are gonna break right now, right? The boys have already broken no contact. They've gone to the gym twice. They're the ones standing in front of the squat racks doing stupid exercises. They have no idea what they're doing. They're about as scrawny as a twig, and they take up the most amount of weights, the most amount of exercises. They have no idea what they're doing. They're on their phone constantly. Their mind is everywhere but the gym. I hate them. You hate them. Moving on. Week 2 is where you'll actually start to see just a little bit of results. And that's the crazy thing, because even if you do absolutely nothing, week 2, your entire body hurts, but you can actually kind of see where your muscles are a little bit tenser. You can see a little bit of a line of muscle there. You can see a little bit of a bicep or of an ab or something like that. And those things are really motivating. You should feel good about those. You went there, you went an entire week, and now you're at week 2, you're going again. You took a couple days off, which you should, but you're going all over again, and you're going at least 4 times a week. And I'm telling you, you need to feel good about that. You deserve it. Pat yourself on the back, man. Next, along with assuming you're getting the amount of showers that you need, okay, you're taking care of your body, you need to start a skincare routine, okay? So you need to be using some kind of lotion, using some kind of SPF thing for your face. I'm honestly not very good at that. That's something I still struggle with. I don't do that every day. Sue me, okay? But I know and can tell you, yes, you do need to develop those things. They do need to become a habit. And I'm just letting you know that is something I personally struggle with as well. Next is grooming. And I know this scraggly guy in front of you could also look in the mirror and say that. But when it comes down to it, grooming, I do mean more than just daily grooming. What I mean is you might feel better with a new haircut. You might feel better with a beard change. Maybe if you have a mustache, maybe go without the mustache, maybe grow into a full beard, or the reverse. Do something different just for a week or two, just to see kind of how it feels on you. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to be not only a different man, but a better man. And you might feel better about yourself if you grow a full beard. Or what I see a lot too are a lot of teenagers who they can't grow a full beard yet, so they grow these awful patchy things. Guys, listen to me. That stuff looks horrible. Shave it clean. You will look so much better if you just shave yourself clean rather than have these really scrawny lines of facial hair. If you can't grow a full beard, look man, it's not your fault. That's just how genetics happen. I'm bald. It's like I don't go in the mirror and try to comb my hair a specific way or whatever to make it look fuller. I just shave the stupid thing. So look, you've got to be willing to accept your body and its limitations. And part of that, part of your masculinity is to be able to look in the mirror and say, yeah, I can't grow a beard, or hey, I can't grow hair on top of my head, but whatever, nothing I can do about it, so I'm gonna do the best I can with that. Next, I want you to focus on sleep discipline. Now look, I put this at week 2 and not week 1 because during the first week of a breakup, good luck going to sleep. Honestly, if you really cared about each other, even slightly, you're gonna have a real hard time falling asleep, getting up on time, and all those other things. So I give you a week to kind of understand that, yeah, it's gonna be really tough, and I understand that. But week 2 is where you actually need to make yourself regulate. You need to understand, okay, if I don't get enough sleep, it's going to seriously impede my ability to operate a normal daily routine or life. So you're gonna do your absolute best to get up and go to bed on a set time, a sleep schedule, a healthy one. This also helps with the whole late night texting or the ruminating, which simply means you're thinking about her obsessively every single hour of every single day. And here's the thing, even if that is you, say you can't control it or whatever else, okay, fine, but still going to bed and waking up at a set time is going to at least limit the amount of time that you're going to ruminate about her or you're going to obsess over her or something along these lines. Go to bed at a decent time and you'll be amazed at how much better you feel in the morning and how much better your life can become. Week 3 is all about your mental mastery. Okay, so we focused on the physical, you've cleaned yourself up, and mentally you're starting to get a little bit stronger, but now we're really gonna take it to the next level. You need to meditate, pray, do whatever you do daily. So what I want you to do is pick up a book. Get one of those books that's like a 30-day reading program. Now, what I like to do personally is I open the Bible and I read the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs in the Bible is split in such a way that you can read one chapter a month and you can really get something out of that. Now, You do not have to be religious to read something like that, okay? If you want an alternative, I can tell you a book that I really like, which is called The Way of the Superior Man by David Dita. It is a fantastic book. You can read a chapter of that book, which is only a page or two, once every single day, and you need to meditate on those things every single day now. You're the third week. It's time to step up a little bit. You need to be reading a book. You need to be meditating. And these things are not only going to take your mind off of her, but they're going to refocus them on you, which is why this is your 30-day glow up plan, not the 30-day plan to win her back. And as you can probably guess, making yourself better is going to improve your odds of winning her back. This is also the point where I would recommend, if you want to journal, if you want to write sad, crappy breakup poems, okay? I understand all of that. Go ahead and write them, but you're not gonna let anyone see them. You're going to jot them down, and you're gonna put them on your phone, or you're gonna put them on a notebook or something like that, and absolutely no one is to view them. Because in about a month, you're gonna look back on those things and you're gonna cringe real bad, and you're gonna be very thankful you didn't share them with anyone. Trust me on that. All right, we're coming to week 4 now, lil bro. Week 4 is all about your energy shift and your social power. This is the point where you start to become emotionally untouchable and socially magnetic. By week 4, you are now going to stop focusing solely on yourself, and you're going to get out into your community. Now that could be actual community where you are volunteering at homeless shelters or doing something along these lines, or more than likely though, I mean, we're just being honest here, you need to just go out with your friends. You need to set up a time where you go out and hang out with your friends. You need to be getting out there and being more social. It is absolutely fine and healthy if you choose to stay inside, during the first few weeks of a breakup. In my personal experience with my friends, I would be the one wanting to go out, and I would be the one wanting to go travel and go visit new places and have new experiences. But my friends, they're kind of like me, except they never really grew up. I don't mean that to be judgmental. What I mean is we would spend 16 hours on a Saturday and a Sunday just playing video games, and we loved it. And sometimes we'd go to each other's houses and things like this. The thing is, when we got into our 20s, and especially our late 20s, I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to go out and have fun. I wanted to go have adventures. I wanted to travel, and I mean really travel. Like, forget just the US. I wanted to go around the world. And the thing is, I figured out a way to do it. I wanted to save all my money to where I could go, just about every single break. Spring vacations, Christmas vacations, summer breaks, things like that, where we'd be off work or off school, and I'd want to just go. If I can remember correctly, we all went on a trip one time to a town an hour away from us. So look, sometimes you just gotta cut your friends off like that, okay? It sucks. Some people just stay in the past. They're set in their ways, and you're not gonna change them, and that's fine. I'm not mad at them whatsoever. We just went on 2 different paths. So what I did was I got the hell out. And here's the thing, it's rough. It's really rough at first because you're by yourself, and you feel really aware that you're by yourself, and you kind of feel like a loser, even though you shouldn't, you know what I mean? But when you go out and you meet new people and you try new things, you're going to experience totally different cultures, totally different friend groups, and you're gonna learn how to conduct yourself in plenty of different situations. And that's what's gonna be really helpful for you here. Week 4 is where you also need to pick up either a new habit or a new skill. Now, I know you've been building up healthy habits like taking a shower, going to the gym, going to bed on time, eating right. All those things are really great, but you need something external now as well. Now, that new skill, that new hustle could actually be video games. Don't knock it till you try it, man. It could be you focusing on a side hustle. It could be anything like this. The point is, pick something and just try it. It's okay if it totally fails. It is absolutely okay if it totally fails. Do not be afraid of failure. Put yourself out there and try. And I promise you, after week 4, after you just doing all of these things, you're going to become a totally different man. You're going to become physically stronger, emotionally stronger. And now here's the other one. You're watching videos like this, which means you're becoming more emotionally intelligent, which means that you actually care, not just about getting your ex back, but making sure this doesn't happen again. Whatever you did to cause the end of that relationship, either you're gonna fix, or you've decided, okay, no, it was actually her fault. I need to find someone better, and I need to learn how to look for those traits in a woman. And all of that is emotional intelligence, which you are clearly already working on. The proof of it is that you're watching videos like this. Let me say this and I'm done, little bro. She expects you to chase her when she breaks up with you. She expects you to be broken. She expects you to be at home doing nothing but playing video games, crying your eyes out, eating Ben and Jerry's until you puke. But that's not you. When she looks back and she sees you after a month, and she sees the glow up that's taken place, how active you've been, it's not even about revenge. It's just about you becoming a better man in every single way imaginable. She's gonna notice. Your friends are gonna notice. Your parents are gonna notice. Every single person around you is going to be better for you becoming a better man. And that is how you make your community better as well. That is how you can improve society. Little bro, you've got this, I've got you, and I'll see you in the next one.